Hey everyone, and welcome back to Top TikTok. This is a man's world, especially when we talk about UFC, especially when we talk about the win, and especially when we talk about the fame. Without any hesitation, when a man wants to win, he does it. Moreover, we say that this is his goal. Since 2014, Dustin Poirier has the set goal for himself to beat Conor McGregor. It's been a while though. He's been totally focused on it. He wasn't just fighting Conor McGregor, he was fighting the swarm of fans who'd crossed the Atlantic to see him fall. The UFC executives who loved Conor McGregor so much and the media who hung on Conor McGregor's every word. Probably the feeling everybody wanted Conor McGregor to win, made Poirier to win and just show that he's a professional and he deserves the respect that he beats the star. Yes, Dustin Poirier's desire to win is understandable, but what made Conor McGregor lose? Actually, no one expected Conor McGregor's loss. A little secret, a friend of mine lost $400 betting on Conor McGregor. Oopsie. Today we're going to be talking about why Conor McGregor got knocked out by Dustin Poirier. And the main question is, why did Conor McGregor lose? Make sure you stay until the end as you don't want to miss what this unique topic is. Because after watching this video, you will know all the details of what happened to Conor McGregor and why he lost the fight. Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor. 2021 started with a really bad news for Conor McGregor's fans. He lost the fight. No one ever expected him to lose. He seemed to be in the best shape ever. He seemed to be so confident. He was so Conor McGregor. However, this fight is something worth talking about as Conor McGregor started well enough, landing a left hand right out of the gate that got the attention of Poirier. The fight quickly became a clinch battle against the cage, negating the vaulted power of Conor McGregor, and Poirier got a takedown and briefly had control on the mat. Once the fighters were back on their feet, Poirier started landing calf kicks, damaging Conor McGregor's front leg. Despite all of this, Conor McGregor took the first round on the scorecards of all three judges. It seemed Conor McGregor still had all the chances to win. Everyone expected him to win. His fans, the judges, the UFC executives, and even tabloids. But eventually, all hopes were for nothing. Conor McGregor was absorbing those immobilizing calf kicks, and though he did land some straight left hands, he never connected in a way that slowed Poirier. It was Poirier who landed the damaging blow, a left hand midway through the second round that staggered McGregor against the cage. That set off a Poirier flurry that dropped McGregor, stunning the crowd at the Etihad Arena. The TKO came at 2 minutes 32 seconds. Oh god, it was the fall of the Titan. But what happened for real? We all remember all Conor McGregor's fights. Let's even remember the fight against Donald Caron. Conor McGregor beat him in 40 seconds and didn't even need to go and push himself that hard. He basically won with the shoulder beat to the face. So what happened to the champion? Has he lost his knack or he's just tired of fighting? Stay until the end to know all the details. What's wrong, Conor? The defeat turned out to be a complete shock for both Conor McGregor himself and his fans. Of course, this is so sad, but as usual, the medal has two sides. Talking about the positive side, the good news for everyone is that Conor immediately recognized he had not been at his best in this fight, understood why and had a plan for making himself better, the only way he knows how. But let's start from the very beginning. 3.5 years ago, while Conor McGregor was reigning as the UFC's first two-division championship, he took a detour to the boxing world for an unthinkably lucrative match against Floyd Mayweather. It was the beginning of the end of Conor McGregor's run as the UFC champ. He would be stripped of both his featherweight and lightweight belts by the spring of 2018 for inactivity. Then, in 2020, he claimed he wanted to retire from fighting. Here's his tweet. Hey guys, I've decided to retire from fighting. Thank you all for the amazing memories. What a ride it's been. Here's a picture of myself and my mother in Las Vegas post one of my world title wins. Pick the home of your dreams, Mags. I love you. Whatever you desire, it's yours. He also said he lost his excitement for the sport. The game just does not excite me. And that's that, McGregor said. All this waiting around, there's nothing happening. I'm going through opponent options and there's nothing really there at the minute. There's nothing that's exciting me. So maybe it was the main reason he lost the latest fight. He still doesn't have an excitement. But why did he return then? Probably he just changed his mind. The UFC 257 prep. Conor McGregor hasn't fought at the lightweight limit of 155 pounds in over 2 years, since losing to Khabib Nurmagomedov on October 6, 2018. And while McGregor admits he was undisciplined for that training camp, the opposite appears to be true, as he gets ready to head to Fight Island in Abu Dhabi. After spending the first 6 weeks of his camp in Portugal, it seemed Conor McGregor was in the best shape of his life. Actually, this is how it was. He was in excellent shape. And the person who always helped him to stay in good shape was Tristan Kennedy, who has been Conor McGregor's nutritionist for 2 years, and he has a unique insight into the depth of preparation of McGregor, who last fought at 170 pounds in January 2020 against Donald Cerrone. It entails 7 days a week work. Kennedy told ESPN of his duties with McGregor. Obviously, you get the time off and things like that, but it entails daily nutrition plans, supplementation guides, cooking, being at all his training sections, observing, taking data. The more data you take, the better. If I need to cook, I need to cook. We're obviously constantly in contact as well. The better you know your athletes, the better results you can give them, and the better program you can give them. And that's what you see when you see his body composition and his performance in training. There's the truth in his words. So, what's the reason for the loss? Conor McGregor claimed the main reason for his loss was his inactivity. It's hard to overcome inactivity over a long period of time. McGregor said after just his third MMA fight since 2016. I just wasn't as comfortable as I needed to be. You know what I mean? It's inactivity and that's it. I need activity, guys, come on. A humbled McGregor said, you know, you don't get away with being inactive in this business, and that's the way it is, so I'll take my licks. Oh yeah, this is what happens when you haven't been active in fights. Maybe if he was more concerned about this fight, he would have won. But of course, we can't say for sure. He wasn't really active, but he was in good shape for fighting again. McGregor had told ESPN's Stephen A. Smith that he'd like to fight 7 times over the next year and a half. Never mind, that's as many fights as he's had since the summer of 2015. If Conor McGregor competes at anywhere near that pace moving forward, it stands to reason that he'll be sharper. At the post-match comment section with John Anik, Conor McGregor expressed views on what went wrong in the fight and said he was not as confident as he needed to be. In his interview after Poirier had knocked him out, Conor McGregor did not sound like a fighter looking for another detour. If he does indeed have the drive to work his way back to the sharpness necessary for a title run, it would appear McGregor's immediate future revolves around the fate of another old rival, Khabib Nurmagomedov. The UFC lightweight champion has announced his retirement in October and reiterated several times this past week he has plans to return to the octagon. It seems like after this fight, Conor McGregor is going to prepare even harder. And if you are really worried about Conor's career, according to UFC president Dana White, Conor McGregor now has only 2 choices to make for his career after falling to Poirier in his first fight back after a year off. Here's what he said. I think it will make him hungrier, White said about McGregor at the UFC 257 post-fight press conference. There's 2 ways this goes, hungrier or I'm done. He's got the money. I mean, when you think about it, I'm a huge Rocky fan. This is like Rocky 3. When you get off a 310-foot yacht, you know what I mean? You're living that good of a life. It's tough to be a savage when you're living like he lives and he has the money that he has. The loss on this fight is definitely a setback, but it doesn't mean that's the end of the road for McGregor, especially with the potential for another fight against Poirier now that they've split a pair inside the octagon. We'll see, White said. I'm sure in a few hours he'll be blowing me up, telling me a million things he wants to do. We'll see what he wants to do from here. There's always a trilogy when you've got 1-to-1. Let's hope that Conor McGregor will become hungry for fighting again, and very soon his next fight will end with a win. And as usual, I'm waiting for your opinion. Let me know what you think about why Conor McGregor lost his fight. Maybe you can add something to the list? Let me know in the comments. While you are here, go ahead and click on one of these 2 videos on your screen. See you there.